Hello, welcome and welcome back. This is Jacob, and today we are going to be continuing the narration for the 3rd anniversary side story, Ideal City Endless Carnival. That is, as of this recording, currently live in Arknights. And it's pretty much Arknights beach episode, the side story. Lots of shenanigans, as expected from this, and honestly, like I think I said in the previous part as well, coming from lingering echoes, this is relaxing. This is a bit relaxing, and thanks for the laugh. But yeah, anyway, considering this is in episode 2, we will do a quick little recap of episode 1 here, and then we will go straight into the story. If you want to skip, however, the recap, I always leave on episode 2s and going forward a timestamp, so you can just hit that and go straight into these stages and the story. But, as a quick little recap, on the previous episode, we pretty much get introduced to a bunch of returning characters and a bunch of new characters. The bunch of new characters are mostly Durin people, while the returning characters are pretty much almost all the characters that have appeared during the Great Chief Returns story. Once again, you don't really need to read necessarily the Great Chief Returns to understand what's happening here. It's just characters from that story that are present here and that from time to time do mention happenings in the Akahualan tribes and Sargon in general, so it's not that much of a big deal. Like any story in Arknights, you'll learn as we go through with, or as you yourself go through by reading pretty much everything. Slowly, pieces will fall into place. But in other news, a couple of Rhode Islanders and a couple of Akahualans pretty much get dragged into going down into a domed-off city built by the Durins, which at first glance, or at least in their mind, was supposed to be just a potentially normal, whatever they imagine as a Durin city, turned out to be a magical summer, always summer resort of some kind. But as we learn through the story, the reason why Stitch invited all of them, aka Minimalist, is that he needs help with people from the top to repair the railway bridge, because he has no idea how to do so. He slept through all of those classes because he couldn't stand the designs of bridges, apparently. So he needed people who understand construction work, because the Durins apparently won't do or listen to him enough to actually do just that job. And one of his co-workers down there, one of the other more scientifically inclined Durins, Edge, is continuously posturing him that work needs to be done, because he is someone who oversees the geological movements around the city. And they need a railway to move around equipment that monitors originium activity. But in other news, we see how the Durins live down there, and it's literally party all the time, and every single waking moment apparently. Drinks galore. And I have to say, I think I said it on the previous part as well, the Durins are literally, quite literally, take the drunk aspect and building aspect of Western-style dwarfs, but visually apply the looks of Lalafells from Final Fantasy XIV, or and I cannot remember the names of them, the little folk from the Grand Blue games, or rather game. Literally a wombo combo of both worlds, and amazing, I guess. But anyway, everybody seems to enjoy their time. Elysium is getting more and more drunk as time progresses through the story, and is just doing shenanigans all day long, apparently, as well. While on the surface, as Gavial and Eunectus were late to the party, they are trying to get down to the city. And by doing so, they keep just jumping through holes in the ground. And at one point, they bump into future operator Pozemka, aka Avdotia, who is on doing something up there, which what she was actually doing there we will learn actually today. But in the meantime, she was up there in the caves above the dome, got literally snatched up by Gavial, and then they all proceeded to jump through the hole in the dome that is now currently a giant waterfall, and they just pretty much landed down there. Yep, Gavial style. But anyway, everybody is there now, everybody learn what they need to do and what is the purpose of them being there. And we ended the episode on Eunectus running into what looked like an automaton who is running through the city, and ran away from Eunectus as well. So let us proceed into today's story. Today's narration will be covering the story for stages 3, 4, and 5. So let's start off on stage 3, shall we? So, title: Stranger Things. Because yes, Stranger Things is apparently a thing that exists in the Arknights world as well, but unlike being a streaming show, this is apparently a magazine, of which we will also learn a bit today what it actually is. But anyway, I'm sure someone can already imagine. Anyway, the Dome, robots, cultural divide, the Great Aqua Pit, and self-driving carts. Where else would you find a group of people so thoroughly engrossed in their own circle? So, every of these stages has a before and after part, so let's start with stage 3 before part. So, if we want to blow up the slide and rebuild the railway, we'll have to convince the business representatives. Oh, and I am not 100% sure as to how to pronounce the first name of this Durin. It's either Croc or it's Croquet. So if someone has a better idea, you can teach me, because I am probably just gonna be using Croquet here, because I think that's the more normal version of saying it, but again, no idea. All Durins have weird names. I'll just say this. Business representative Croquet Diamondface, the industry representative, the culture Silvermint, as well as that catch guy. Yes, they hold the most prominent positions, and most Durins will cast their votes depending on their movements. And why can't you do this yourself? I see, you must not be very popular around here. Would it kill you to sugarcoat it a little bit? Seems like a major pain in the tail, but whatever, I'll treat it like a good deed for Akahuala. So, where can I find them? It's finally over. That Gavial is pretty scary. Seems like you're on the right path though, finally. Are you happy now, Edge? To be honest, I'm not sure I'm ready to part with the Great Aqua Pit. Huh. Whose fault is it that that damn thing's sitting in the middle of the railway? Otherwise I really wouldn't have been able to find a single person willing to knock that thing down. Yeah, but I just have an idea. It's been more than half a year since the dome broke and the waterfall started coming down. Everyone's been having a great time, but I'm sure they're starting to get tired of it. Why don't we take this opportunity to build something brand new? I think you were talking to Catch about a super water cannon or something, and it's on everyone's lips now. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm also a little intrigued. The Arcasoria woman. Brutish, uncouth, impetuous, and presumptuous. Can you believe it, Croquet? I was having a bit of a writer's block, so I went up to the caves to harvest some wild tea and relax. And someone scooped you up and jumped off the top of the waterfall. Utterly unthinkable. Regrettably, I'm afraid that no ordinary Zeretsan would be able to resist the seduction of that story. If it were to put to paper, it would become an overnight sensation. You can trust me, Avdotia. Hold on tight. Ah, it hits all those passionate notes. Forget it. It certainly beats your upteenth story about the snow. Speaking of which, a couple of days ago, a few kids came by to talk to me about those short stories. I thought I was finally getting some readers. What they have to say? Really funny. I want to see what happens next. I knew it. Avdotia, they didn't mean any harm. It's just that we Durins have no way of relating to your experiences. How long did it take for me to finally understand a sliver of your background? Let's not even talk about ordinary Durins. None of us have seen real snow, let alone the kind that you describe. How do you pronounce those words again? Oh god, how was that pronounced? Chiaroscuro? Was that it? Ugh, whatever. Ephemeral. It'd be better if those words only existed in literature. Regardless, I'm happy with my life now. I don't try to control anyone. Nobody tries to control me. There are no terror plots brewing behind the scenes, no risk of getting framed, no getting dragged into an assassination. I write a few ads and design a few signs for our shopping district, and that's enough to keep me fed. What more could I ask for? I spend my days bathing beneath the sun on my recliner. Sure, it might be an artificial light source, but that's enough for me. I was hoping these tranquil days would continue forever until... Is this the office of the business representative, Croquet Diamond Face? Hello, I want to blow up that big slide. Yo, Avdotia, fancy seeing you here. She doesn't look too good. Sorry, Croquet. I'm afraid I have to excuse myself. I need to head back and perform some maintenance on my crossbow. Did I do something to make her mad? Ahem. Are you the guests who just arrived in Zeruerza? I heard Catch talking about you earlier. I must say, his assessment of the situation was on the nose. A merry bunch of more Durin than Durins. Evasive maneuvers, evasive maneuvers. What a weird design. Couldn't be more different from Lancet 2. Please stay back. Doesn't seem as smart as her, but it does share some of her basic reactions. Wonder how this thing works. Danger level high. Stay back, stranger. Take it easy, little fella. My name's Zumama. I'm not going to hurt you. Defining identity, Zumama. What's your name? Attributes. Model R3-E3, Assistant Robot, number 0429, for the glory of serving the Durin people. Hi there, 0429. Is there something wrong with your shock absorber system? You're wobbling all over the place. Self-inspection report. End of service life. Approaching. Original components. Aging. I can help. Look, I have a whole set of maintenance tools. Overhaul. Determining probability of success low. R3-E3 will be scrapped after service life ends. From what I've seen, little fella, there's nothing major wrong with you. Probably nothing a few screws can't fix. So don't give up yet. You're a cutie, so I'd like to help you. How about it? We can be friends. Friends? Unable to comprehend. Friend. You can help me conduct an overhaul? Sure can. But I'll have to open up your shell first. No. Requesting mission cancellation. Requesting mission cancellation. Danger. Danger. Danger, Will Robinson. Run. Don't run away. It'll be fine. Did I just see a surface dweller, Phidia, chasing after an assistant robot? Well, that's odd. Did I drink too much yesterday? Speaking of which, Avdotia writes about this kind of stuff, doesn't she? About chasing and killing and whatnot. Even if I can't understand half of it. Well, I guess I'm starting to get why she keeps saying it's not meant to be a comedy. Care for some tea, Miss Inam? So, Durins actually do have non-alcoholic drinks. Everyone needs a change of pace every now and then. Plus, I am still at work, after all. I prefer to drink on my own time. You suggested we talk one-on-one? I have no doubts about Gavial's skills in a fight, but I don't think her fists will be very helpful here. After all, we're not so different. You, the business representative of Zeruerza, and I. I see that you're the type to talk trade. Fine by me. I'm on board. Zeruerza is just a small Durin settlement. A few years ago, when we were still connected to the other cities, I did have a semblance of a job as the business representative. But ever since the last earthquake, our sole railroad has been cut off. Zeruerza is fortunate enough to be self-sufficient. The citizens aren't the neediest, and there's been little urgency to restore our ties with the outside. Nowadays, my job is little more than catering to the whims of Zeruerzan populace and pushing out a few entertainment activities. Throw my weight around with the hawkers near the Great Aqua Pit, advertise some self-driving cart parts. It's a leisurely life. I don't know much about Durin philosophy, but doesn't not being the neediest normally mean getting pissed drunk and going surfing? Pretty much. But if you ask anyone up on the surface, pretty much, by our standards, that's not very needy. So it doesn't matter what terms Stitch laid out for you. If you want me to go along with your plan to blow up the water slide, you'll have to come up with something that will impress me. No business gets done until both sides find the deal amendable. What can you offer Zeruerza's economy? Akahualan artifacts aren't enough. I heard some sharp self-driving cart dealers already use your grand entrance to generate some excitement for their wares, but that's not enough either. You understand that we do things on the surface better? You understand the way we do things on the surface better than I expected. Though I haven't been up there myself, the library we have here in the city isn't just for show. I am familiar with your customs. The Akahualans dance around The Akahualans dance around a metal crab without sleep or rest, and the last one standing becomes the great chief. Isn't that right? Mm-hmm, sure. Where did you hear that? I read it in Stranger Things. It's the most popular periodical in Zeruerza. Back in the day, a great adventurer brought a whole big set down from the surface. It's basically our encyclopedia of the surface world. That's just a lousy tabloid. Surely you're mistaken. You have no idea how diligently I studied Sargonian to be able to read those books. No wonder your accent sounds almost native. Well, there goes my motivation all of a sudden. I feel like I could probably just bribe you with the last few issues of Stranger Things. The most recent ones? There are sequels to those books. If you really could procure those, then maybe I could consider it. I can hook you up with some good stuff. What's this? A videotape. Want to take a look? Oh boy. Found you. Oh, Avdotia. What a coincidence. Are you here to enjoy the scenery again? Be frank with me. Why did your people come here? Miss Inam said she'd handled the discussion with Miss Croquet, so the rest of us came out here to find the mama. That's not what I mean. Why did your surface people come down into our city? What's your real purpose? I've been guarding the super convenient Lithomatic #1 for a long time. Where is the main battalion backing you? Have Sargon Lords Amir finally taken an interest in the wealth underground? The city doesn't have the loot you want. Leave unless you want to poison this peaceful little city with bloodshed. I told you this is a misunderstanding. Stitch was trying to find someone to help him repair the railway and tricked us into coming here. You mean you're his slave labor? And you're okay with that? Hey! That guy was acting like the sky was falling at the same time. At the time, and Tamimi added her own creative touch. I was worried half to death. Zubama was all up not preparing for a tough fight, and we rushed over it as fast as we could. I'm sorry, I just wanted Gavial to take some time off. Well, it worked out. I guess I'll take this opportunity for a little vacation. So, you people really don't have any ill intent? You weren't ordered by some noble to ransack the town? Believe me or not, your call. You do have a point. Even Sargon wouldn't ask someone as rude as you to serve them. Rude? I just don't like wasting my breath. My plan's simple and straightforward. Help out that little runt Stitch, pick up some useful tech for us, Tia Cow, and then go home. That's all. There's still a bunch of patients back at Rhode Island waiting for me to check on them. You're telling me you're a doctor? What, do I not look the part? I'm licensed and everything. If Miss Tamimi here said that she was a doctor, I'd be half inclined to believe her for a few seconds. Oh, I can be a doctor too. Gavial taught me anesthesia. Oh boy. Find the right spot and then give it a good whack. Everyone at Rhode Island calls it Gavialic kinetic anesthesia. Sorry. For crying out loud, it's a non-conventional method. Even I rarely use it outside of extremely special circumstances. For example, when you just run out of anesthesia and you lost your supply back because you were beating the bad guys with it, stuff like that. Oh boy. I think I'll keep an eye on you people after all. Don't get any funny ideas. Zeruerza is my haven of peace, and I won't let you destroy it. Go nuts. I'll make sure you leave Zeruerza after doing what you said you're here to do. Well, until then, why don't we check out the shops? Miss Avdotia, you're from these parts, so would you mind showing us around Zeruerza? Just a word of warning, if your plan is to case the city and map it, you'd give up on that. No, that's not it. What I mean is, I absolutely love your outfit. Are there any Durin fashion outlets worth visiting? I really want to go take a look. Alright, if that's what you want. There are a few places worth going to. Are you interested in seeing some Durin jewelry? I am. And Tomimi is off to collect more stuff. Stitch, what are you doing here, Catch? You used to always lock yourself in your room. What's the occasion? Look, even I want to catch some rays every now and then. Surely you didn't come all the way out here just to say that. You're trying to blow up my slide and you're not even going to let me talk to you. So you know. Master Edge told me. That decrepit old... Are you here to get a confession out of me? Actually, I'm not opposed to it. This summer has gone on for too long. And as architects, our best work is always the next project, right? Ugh, I hate that part of you more than anything else. Which? You don't have a single serious bone in your body. I'll take that as the highest compliment. I'll arrange to whatever you want with the slide on the condition that we talk about the dome. What's there to talk about? Let's go take a walk. You should experience the great aqua pit for yourself before deciding whether to blow it up, no? Do you have more? Where can I get the next one? That's the good stuff. Inam, want me to pour you some more? I still haven't finished mine. Come on, hurry it up. It's a shame Team Red Wine and Coffee didn't win the championship. They were just one step away from that ship. You seem to be enjoying yourself. I must admit, you surface dwellers lead slightly more interesting lives than I imagined. What is this a recording of? The Docilus Warrior Championship. It's an old video I got from a friend who runs a caravan. I heard something happened there not too long ago, and I don't know if the event has been held these last few years. I want to see more. I want to see those losers make a comeback next year. Croquet, even the most boring form of recreation can become quite stimulating if you spice things up with a bit of competition. You cheer for the team you support while chugging ale with your friends. I don't think any Durin would be able to turn down this lifestyle. Plus, alcohol and fast food sales generally double during a competition. How about it? I think it would fit the Durins like a glove. Alcohol sells well enough in this city, and I doubt there's any need to hold a competition to stimulate those sales. That said, from the perspective of fun and entertainment, there is a certain appeal. Let me say this to you straight, Let me say... Jesus. Let me say this to you straight, business representative. Want to build a super water racetrack? Oh boy, things are gonna get crazier. But yeah, anyway, this kind of also sets it in a place in, I guess, the timeline with Dociles. So it's taking place right after the last anniversary story, the Dociles holiday. Interesting. Adds more to the timeline, I guess. But anyway, continuing with the after story of the same stage. I feel new. Complete. You can stop circling me now, little fella. I'm just as happy to see you good as new. Zumama, skilled at overhauls. Zumama, requesting favor. Small favor. 0428, partner, already retired, no longer responding to communication, requesting assistance. Shipped along with this machine, built in the same factory, now no longer responding. No longer responding? Don't worry, take me to see it. Zumama, this way. These components and this design, might be a bit more complicated than routine maintenance. How does this thing work, and what's this component for? It's nothing like Lancet, and I don't think Closure has ever said anything about these. If I connect it here, no, I should be more careful. This is your friend after all, right? Friend? Zumama has described this relationship several times, but I do not understand it. Repair cannot be performed. If only I had some information to work from. Information? The library preserves information. Can you take me there? Assisting in navigation is my glorious mission. Zumama, this way please. Now that's something you don't see every day. I've never heard of anything like that in the books. Surface dwellers are worth looking into. Oh god. Elysium, let's have a little race to see who can fly out face first from the super speedy slide the fastest. How about it? You're about to see why they call me Rhode Island's legendary Aquaman. No one calls you that, buddy. Thorn says nothing on me when it comes to this game. I'll be honest here, I don't have the slightest bit of interest in hanging out with you. I'd rather be eaten by one of the gloom pincers in the damned Akuhualan jungle. Don't be like that, Stitch. I just want to hear your opinion. Regardless of what the people of Zerwerza think, I know who's truly worth their mettle in this town, and that includes both you and your teacher. You've earned it. I've never seen anything like Zerwerza's breathtaking dome in any piece of Durin architectural literature. If that's what you want to talk to me about, I suggest we stop here before wasting any more of each other's time. I know you're not so into my great Aquapit's design. Same goes for the slide and the fountain. None of them are exactly masterpieces. But Stitch, do you know what it is I really want to design? Same as you, the dome right over our heads. We were competing over it for the longest time. You've got some nerve saying that to my face. Are you trying to pick a fight? You and I make good rivals. Huh, good rivals? You sure think highly of me? Should we hug it out? Put our arms around each other and weep? I'm serious, Stitch. I just want to know, why did you give up on the dome renovation project a few years ago? You stopped submitting your designs to the referendums. You just quit. You couldn't have given up trying to win people over to your aesthetic? Were you really fine with Master Finch's unannounced farewell? He's still your... Stop talking down to me, Catch. I just got bored, tired of it all. Simple as that. I got fed up with trying to pin all my ambitions on this broken dome and trying to get the people here to vote for me. I got fed up with peddling solutions against architects with dreams like you. It's all completely pointless. Listen up, that piece of junk over our heads, I don't care if it leaks or explodes or even if you vote to tear it down one day. I don't give a damn anymore, so do whatever the hell you want with it. But that dome is your teacher's. I'll say it again. I don't give a damn. Alright. Stitch, I wanted to ask you to work with me. The two of us could have come up with a brand new plan for the dome, which I'm sure the vast majority of people here would have agreed to. But since you don't care about the dome anymore, I won't push you. I respect your decision. But could you give me a moment of your time and offer me some feedback about my ideas for renovating the dome? I'd like your advice as well. I don't care. Actually, let's just hear it first. Really? I appreciate it. First, I think the whole thing should be more colorful. Intricate geometric patterns can greatly add to the beauty of the dome, just like stained glass. The juxtaposition of yellow, green, red, and blue will let the citizens of Zerwerza know a new kind of beauty when they cast their eyes up. Day or night, the new dome will become the singular focal point of everyone's attention. It'll be the safe harbor everyone comes back to in their search for peace of mind. A great dazzling gemstone. What do you think? From my perspective, it's a brilliant, innovative design. I'm really proud of it, but I'm ready to take your feedback seriously. Catch. Had a change of heart already? Then we'll be partners. You're not laying a single finger on the dome. I'm going to do everything in my power to stop you. Didn't you just say you didn't give a damn anymore and I could do whatever I want? I thought you just wanted to resurrect the shambling corpse or put it to rest permanently. That I don't care about. But I will not allow you to desecrate it in this manner. Huh? This is entirely a product of my respect for the dome. No. No way in hell. I swear I'm going to beat that idea out of your head. Suddenly he's fired up. Maintenance, materials, library, location, sorted archives, area 59, available bookshelf. Is this the place? Affirmative. Let me see. Is this Durin text? I can't read it at all. Reading book titles. The Durin, to the surface and back again, and Fine Durin Liquor. 127 commonly seen brewing methods. Continuing search. New hits. Believe it or not, super crazy Durin master plans. Research on cybernetics information theory based on the influence of social behavior. Cybernetics, huh? I want to point that one out. Little fella, are you sure they have here what we're looking for? Probability 42.377%. Durins rarely organize things. I can read some of the words over here. The issue of Stranger Things on these 3 bookshelves are more than 10 years old. This row is for Victorian books, and you even have Casimir's The Red Vine. We use them to learn different languages, culture, and news from the surface. I see. No wonder why there's hardly any communication barrier between us. Is this a Durin published magazine? Breaking news, attack on the self-driving cart. Order 1 magazine and get a prototype for free. So that's what all those gadgets zipping around outside are. Clarkay seriously pushed her cart modification business and sold those add-on booster packs throughout Zeruerza. She said, everyone likes a bit of randomness, but I don't really get it. But why is this in Sargonian? In order to carry on the fine tradition of Stranger Things, we decided that our own magazine should also be in Sargonian. It's how Durins think. Are you looking for this book? Build your own assistant robot in 3 seconds. That sounds like it could come in handy. Thank you. The Culture 0429 says hello. You two know each other? Hello, allow me to introduce myself. I am the Culture Silvermint, the industry representative of Zeruerza, and also administrator of the assistant robots. The administrator? That's right, the assistant robots in Zeruerza are built, supervised, and governed by me. Model R3-E3 assistant robot number 0429. What are you doing here? This unit submitted a request to Zumama. Overhaul 0428. 0428 has already been retired. Now return to your post. Acknowledged. Executing directive. Zumama, your communication with that assistant robot is pretty unusual, and its responses have been abnormal. What's unusual about our communication? I can't say for sure. Maybe what's unusual is the communication itself. You don't talk to the little fellas? No, they were made just to work. That's no good. I talk to my Lancet all the time. She's like a big sister to me, letting me lean up against her cold metal shell, patting me on the shoulder with her robotic arm, singing to me with her beautiful synth. Huh? Stranger Things never mentioned anything like that. That was worth the trip. I wasn't able to find the right outfit, but these little trinkets are awesome. Ores I've never seen before, these strange metal wind chimes, as well as these cute little pendants. And most importantly, Gavial helped me pick this one out. The only thing that could be better is if Gavial bought a matching set with me. Is she alright? Oh yeah, it's fine. The kid's been like that ever since she was little. I've read that this obsessive hoarding behavior is called Zalek's disease in some places. It might be stress-induced or something. No, I'm really happy. These memories are very precious to me. Okay, if you say so. So, Avdotia, you have an Ursus name. Is that where you came from originally? My name is Avdotia Razorpen, a standard Durin name. But Avdotia is still Ursin. What are you getting at? Calm down, I'm just making small talk. No, that place is not my home. I just happened to come from there. What I really don't understand is why you're so paranoid about the surface. When I was little, I loved spending time with the grammar tutor my parents hired for me. Though she could be a bit dry, she sometimes said really interesting things. Ursus has a lot of literature describing one's hometown, and my tutor was always entranced by those works. We would analyze their motives, their composition styles. Back then, I thought everyone would grow nostalgic for their hometown, and people who travel far away would eventually find their way back to slumber internally. But I later found out that's not true at all. If all the memories you have of your hometown are painful ones, and you find a place more suitable to be your home, then why should you yearn for a place you once were? It is no different from another stop on a long journey. Miss Avdotia, what made you decide to leave Ursus? I don't want to talk about it. Things that would make you vomit. My status, my family, my friends, all vanished overnight. I fled with my tail between my legs, quite literally. From Ursus to Sargon to an underground Durin city, your journey couldn't have been easy. How could there be a journey with no destination? I just happened to get lucky. I finally found this place. a small city called Zeruerza. The Durins here accepted me, and I will repay the debt with even greater kindness. This is the place I've decided I belong. And that's why I won't let anything harm them. I don't care if it's out of malice or out of good intentions gone awry. This is my warning to you. Alright. I was going to ask you to have a drink just as a show of goodwill, but maybe not. Wait. That isn't off the table. Yeah, the way you drink definitely screams Ursus. Shut up. Durins drink the same way. To be honest, I'm not much of a psychologist. There are a lot of things I don't understand about the human heart, and I don't really care to understand. It's already hard enough patching up the body. But what I can say is, you can never really become a Durin no matter how much you act like one. I don't think we know each other well enough to start picking out each other's problems. I overheard you talking with some of the Durin shopkeepers. The gist I got was that the stories you wrote about snowfills didn't seem to strike the right note with them. That's right, they have neither snow nor fields underground. Just to be clear, I don't write like that because I miss being there. It's nothing more than a plot of land for a story to take place on. You know that there's a story to be told there. That by itself isn't Durin. Some scars can be covered up after all. But that won't stop me from trying. Even if you just by yourself, the Durins will still accept you. What if I want a new self? Fine. Sure, the is happy to accept anyone they meet. This time it won't. It was you people and me. What about next time? Since you are a doctor, you must have seen the evil lurking in man's heart. You've surely seen the depravity to which people will stoop in order to hurt one another. I won't act like this is a racial issue. Everything on the surface has shaped us into this. All too quick to resort to violence, lusting after power and money, blinded by ambition. I used to be soaked in it. Now I want a new self. Evil is contagious and can be learned. The people underground have never experienced it and have no resistance to evil. You're right, I can't become a Durin, but for the sake of the people of Zeruerza, I am willing to do everything in my power to protect it. I will protect this idyllic, unspoiled innocence. Didn't you say before that the Durins can handle their own problems? Stop using my own words against me. Well, those two are becoming fast friends. Anyway, continuing to stage IC-4, titled The Great Aqua Pit. Just as it is above ground, disappearance often means a permanent parting in Zeruerza. The difference is that the Durin believe that something better awaits in the future. So, let's begin with the before part. Hey, have you heard the bombastic news? Which? Croquet said the leaders are talking about putting together something new. That plan to turn all the lights in the city green? Can't say I'm a fan. Not that one, the one about the slide. I heard Stitch and Catch are having a huge row over the Great Aquapit's refurbishment plans. The two of them. How far are they into their debate? I think now that they'll use water cannons to blast people into another cannon, and then into another one. Something like that. Sure. Absolutely not. Let's try a different idea then. We'll use the water cannon to hurl people up to the springboards high above. Don't you have any ideas that don't involve water cannons? But it's a brilliant epiphany, and you were the one who inspired me. Well, in that case, do you have any bright ideas, Stitch, the amazing architectural designer? I was just going to be the lead architectural designer and dial down Akahualan's plans a little. You had the surface dwellers come to help with the bridge. I have no problem with that, but now we're discussing the thing that will go on top of the bridge and live alongside it. The landmark of Zeruerza. You don't want to work on the dome with me, fine, I get how you feel about the dome. Then let's talk about what will be our next landmark after the big water slide. There's a much simpler and more graceful way to solve this. It could be brimming with symbolism. It could be more exciting. It could be more exciting and brimming with symbolism. Phew, catch, arguing about this here isn't going to get us anywhere. How about we have a design competition? We'll give each other some time to work on a design and let the citizens of Zeruerza decide. Of course, just like all those years ago. I'm on board too. Croquet, are you drinking? I'm fine. I only had a tiny little bit. You emptied 3 whole barrels by yourself. Stitch, I heard your proposal. I'm interested. And if Catch is up for it, then that's all the better. Now we just need to find deculture and we'll build something new for Zeruerza. 3 barrels, I want that to sink in. You mean I should change how I treat them? Don't you think they're cute? It's true that they are nowhere close to what you call human. I'm no doctor, but even so, I know that humans are way more complex than the machines we have these days. But that doesn't mean we can't get along with them like friends and family. Deculture, you're a parent to these little guys. It's either there's either a word that should be in there like these before the parent there, or you're the parent? I don't know. I've noticed a couple of little typos so far. Parent, huh? They count on you and trust you just like newly hatched fowl beasts growing under their mother's wing. For the longest time, I've only really seen them in an indifferent light. All I ever do is what an industrial representative should. The same thing that all the industrial representatives before me did. We pick our robot managers from the Durins who hang out in the robotics section of the library. We have to master how to create these little things. It's not actually that complicated. All we have to do is follow the book's instructions and put together the parts that we like. Use our imaginations, and they always work without fail. My teacher spent years trying to figure out the logic behind them, but he came up empty-handed. From what I heard, my teacher's teacher also researched it, and it's thanks to her that the assistant robots can tell jokes. Do you know how to make a Durin angry? Nobody knows. Ha 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 ha. Oh, that's amazing. As for me, all I'm doing is taking their abilities for granted. You're right. I should try to actually get along with them. 0429, your fellow robot 0428 has been retired. Inspection will not reawaken it. But that doesn't change that it was one of us. The things that it built will last. Retirement isn't the end. Instruction acknowledged. Retirement is not the end. Understood. Relationship defined with Zumama. Friend. Deculture, I would like us to be defined as friends. Friends. Right, friends. We can get along like that. 0429, did you know? Friends are supposed to help each other. Before I used to order you to do everything that I couldn't be bothered to handle myself. But now I'm thinking that's not how things should be. We should be on equal footing with one another. From here on out, I will ask you to help me with my tasks as a friend. Acknowledged. Help, friend. 0429, please. Send 3 cases of ale to my place and bring some snacks while you're at it. After that, please let Master Edge know that I won't be attending today's representative meeting because I'll be sleeping. That doesn't seem quite right. Zumama! Hey, Gavial, you're here. This is my new friend, assistant robot number 0429, and its terrible boss, Deculture. Deculture, meeting, invitation, all representatives. 0429, change of plans. As your friend, I'm asking you to do me this favor. Go to that meeting for me. Help, friend. Help, friend. Do it yourself. Speaking of which, what was our last meeting with everyone in attendance for? Alcohol was in short supply, so we had a meeting to figure out how to solve the supply chain issue. Have we ever run low on alcohol? You skipped that meeting. This brings me back. The meat fans wanted to make sure the whiskey lovers had nothing to drink, so they bought out all the whiskey in town. And to get back at the meat fans, the Whiskey Enthusiasts Association started buying up meat by the lot too. These drunkards can survive without booze? Of course not. That's why they started drinking the booze they bought to get at the other side. I understand both clubs lost some members to the other side around the time. It's a shame though. If only they had an appreciation for berry tomato wine. Catch, you... So that's your poison? Yeah, what's the matter? No wonder none of the alcohol fan clubs accepted you. Well, never mind. So we're all gathered today to discuss the Great Aqua Pit. Tear it down? Yeah, I agree. And the sooner the better. I'm a yeah too. I thought you two loved that place. Hell, you go multiple times a week, Croquet. Right, and I'm regretting my patronage. I can't believe I spent so much time in a facility built by a guy who likes berry tomato wine. It's a disgrace. How negligent. I must have been as the industrial representative to participate in a project led by a man like that. What is that supposed to mean? Hey, Master Edge, what's with that look? Berry tomato wine, that's a little... If you've reached understanding, then we'll call everyone out to blow up that showy water slide, fix the railroads, and solve all of Master Edge's problems. That's the plan. Any objections? It's a shame, but an architect can't let his past work tie him down. This is a chance to once again put my talents to good use. Stitch, you said you'd have a design contest with Catch over Zeurertz's new landmark. You are serious about that, aren't you? Of course. Oh? Finally going to amaze us with your designs again? Well, with all of you here singing my praises, what choice do I have? Looks like we're in for a fun couple of months. I should stock up on booze. Seriously, Master Edge, why don't you try some berry tomato wine? It really isn't as bad as it sounds. Not in a million years. I like that is the deciding factor. And that's the end of the voting. Well then, per consensus, this is it for the Great Aqua Pit, and we will repair the railroad bridge and build a new landmark for Zeruerza at the same time. Hell yeah! I've been getting tired of that slide anyway! The new plan better be something totally different. I heard we're getting a roller coaster? Water coaster! Looping water coaster! A catapult looping water coaster! With a super water cannon! And a racetrack for self-driving carts! Stitch and I will each submit an independent design proposal and we'll call another meeting to decide which proposal to move forward with. Stitch? Stitch who lives in the cube? Huh. I saw a design of his a few years ago. It wasn't much fun, but it had a unique sense of beauty. Maybe we can come up with some new way to have fun there. I mean, that place is pretty much an open space. And the important thing is what we can do with it. It kind of feels like Stitch's building would be a good place to lie down and relax. Just like that super relaxing Gaulish meditation I saw in Stranger Things. Oh boy. I think I'm gonna work with that. Looks like everything went off without a hitch. Not that we actually did anything. But we did see a hard, bitter negotiation. Isn't that right, Croquet? Edge, drink up, old man. What are you keeping What, are you keeping fins in your cup?
I'm trying to take a short break.
We've done a lot, Gavial. We went shopping and bought a lot of stuff and had a decent vacation. Plus, we even helped score a huge project for Akahuala. And you also made a mess of my feelings. Oh, don't say that. I thought we made friends.
Yes, it went much more smoothly than I expected.
That just goes to show that you could have done it yourself, you punk.
But what's next?
That's a funny look on your face.
It's been a while since I've worked on anything, so I'm feeling a little... Phew. It's okay, I just have to warm up. Once I get myself back into the game, surely... Yep, this is where it cuts off. And we go to the after story.
With the result of the referendum, the Great Aquapit will soon complete its historic half-year mission. It will be blown up and turned into construction material once again. Citizens, I'm afraid this slightly extended summer carnival will soon come to an end.
I'll always remember our beautiful time together forever.
But the super slide is so much fun. You can't get enough of it. I've never thought we'd have to say goodbye. However, in the Great Aquapit's place, we'll have an all-new, prettier and completely different structure. After all, this is Zeruerza, a city built by the best architectural designers. Stitch Canvas and Catch Light Rays are two awe-inspiring, up-and-coming architectural designers. Over the next few months, the two of them will submit their design proposals. Imagine the showdown they have in store for us. This brings me back to the dome design contest they had a few years ago, when they just made their debuts. The duel ended all those years ago without a winner. But who will win the right to design Zeruerza's next landmark? Let me get a sip of water first.
Croquet, I've never seen you so enthusiastic. Have you been drinking?
No, not yet at least.
No, this isn't like you at all.
I was watching videos of competitions on the surface that I got from Inam, and it seems they have a role called the MC. I thought I might dip into a new career path. Anyhow, although the architects' designs are yet to come, my fellow citizens, the tail end of our summer is going to be a fleeting one. Before the slide is blown up, let us enjoy it all we can. Gavial!
Oh boy.
Tamimi, watch out, slow down! I was so jealous when I heard you guys went to the waterfall in Akahuala. And this time I got to join you on the fun. You're such a kid. What's wrong? You're usually so careful to hide your tail. Let's see. Did it get thicker again? Huh? Nope, not even a little. I checked with a measuring tape before I got here. It's been months since I got any thicker. Oh, sounds like you're really hung up on it. Eat my water blast! Heh, you little runt. It's on. They're more like Durins than you are.
How would you know what it means to be Durin, Lupo?
You seem a little nervous. Are you worried about your contest with Catch?
Worried? Over him? Don't make me laugh. Haven't fallen so low. It's just lay people tend to like his proposals more. Mine gets their fair share of fans too. Perhaps I should bring something different to the table. That's how I'll win. Perhaps I should just... I should probably take my mind off of things right now. To tell the truth, I don't care about aesthetics and just look at how fun it is. This great aquapit isn't so bad. Oh, so you're So you enjoy these things too? Every now and then. Stitch, you're here. Want to try out the slide with the downstream speed set to max? It wears the equipment out, so we don't usually get to do it. I just tried it a couple of times with Elysium. It was amazingly fast. It does hurt a little when you hit the water though. Still, wanna try? No thanks, I'm not one bit interested in fun and games like... Wahoo! Bombs away! Ah, catch! My brother! This impact force is on another level. Did you see how high the splash went? Maybe we should try something different. See which one of us can land with the tiniest splash? Keep the splashes small. Good idea. Sounds like it won't hurt nearly as bad. My sandcastle. Hey, Catch, did we perhaps screw up? Even though this is Stitch we're talking about, he can't possibly be mad over a sandcastle, right? He seems rather angry to me, though. In that case, we should probably... Hey, where are you two going? You're just going to run? Get back here! Yep, you did very well getting everyone going. I have your videotapes to thank. That's where I picked it up. Next, we can hold a series of contests to keep the enthusiasm that goes with this championship contest going. Then we'll use Catch and Stitch's design contest in a few months to pump everyone up to the max. We could print some paper slips for the audience to use to show their support for one side, with prizes given to those who pick the right side. We call those lottery tickets. You're really good at picking things up. Up on the surface, there are merchants who line their pockets by selling them. We Durins don't much care for money in that way. Let's have the losing side pay for the winner's drinks for a month. We could make it 2 months to make things more exciting too. We'll have to decide with a referendum. Later on, perhaps we could issue some more lottery tickets covering how many months worth of alcohol are owed in the end. I'm starting to worry about these Erertson's future.
Well, you guys are to blame for that.
I'm not used to feeling unhelpful. What's wrong? Do you have to beat something up to satisfy yourself? Not really. Still, if this goes well, Akahuala will get its hands on some Durin. Would have been a totally pointless trip otherwise. Gavial may have left home a long time ago, but she actually really cares about Akahuala. Yeah, I've been to too many different places, but the rainforest is the one place where I feel most at home. Are you going to come back then? Not planning on it. Not yet, at least. I still have lots of patients to take care back at Rhode Island. There are plenty of Tiakau who want you to go back. You could think about becoming their Lord Amir even. Yeah, and they want bananas to sprout straight out of the soil too. Can't always get what you want. Gavial, you would be the most fitting Lord Amir for Akahuala. You are the only one who can reign in each and every Tiakau. Everyone is awaiting your return. And if you simply cannot do it, then it's ultimately likely that a Lord Amir from the court of Sargon will come to govern Akahuala instead. And when that happens, Akahuala will no longer be the free land you know. But don't we already have you for a great chief? There are some things I can't do anything about. I can come up with ideas to help get us in better shape, but I'm not the one who can really bring the Tiakau together. It's not like I'm running away from responsibility here, Inam. It's just, I haven't thought through how to actually do it. You know how to think. Color me surprised. Hey, Zamama, you're picking a fight. What I'm saying is, you usually do stuff without thinking. And that's fine when it's just me, but this is all about those Tiakau. All good things must come to an end, isn't that right? So this giant slide will be torn down for something new. I actually didn't catch much of what you were talking about. All I want to say is, my friends, let me get a picture of all of you together while it's still standing. Alright, let's toss all this complicated stuff aside for now. I just wanna point out Stitch there under the umbrella. Poor guy. Anyway. Right now, we gotta have fun. Tomimi, you give me a smile too. Looks like you've mastered the Durin philosophy. Oh my god, Elysium. I forgot that you were there in the back. You goofball. Well, it's not often we get a vacation as if I'm gonna waste it. Well said. Here's to you. How about some berry tomato wine? It's on me. Nah, I'll have to pass on that. The demolition explosives have already been set, and the assistant robots have made all the preparations. Soon the big water slide that has brought everyone so much joy will be gone without a trace. But summer must come to an end, and there will no doubt be greater fun in the future. That's what all these Zerwertsans believe. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The explosion isn't nearly as loud as everyone expects. The slide simply, slowly disintegrates. Or perhaps a little more poetically, it melts into the water. My, what a graceful way to disappear. Here I thought you would pass out from all the drink and miss the demolition. I know how to have a good time. Though at times like these, I generally keep myself clear-headed. That's the most basic respect I have for things as they fade away. Whoa, were you actually a secret genius? That would be such a cheap cliché, even in the Zerwertsan library. Oh, you little rascal. Stitch. Catch. It's time to get serious. Let's both do our best, fair and square. Shake hands if you agree. Alright, out of the most basic respect for another Zerwertsan. Say, you two actually get along pretty well, don't you? What, are you blind? Where'd you get that idea? Now, things are going to get real from here on out. Hey, Croquet. Has Croquet been drinking? The warm-up of warm-ups. The prelude to preludes. The first season of the Zerwertsan competition series. Drumroll? Ta-da! A swimming contest! How about it? Oh boy. Alright, and let's conclude today's narration with Stage 5. Titled Finish Line. Learn to slow down before the finish line. It's for your own good. Alright, and let's begin. Without further ado, let's begin the first joint Zerwertsan Akahuala Rhode Island swimming competition. I'm Croquet Diamondface, Zerwertsan's business representative. This broadcast is brought to you by the Culture's Silverman newest high-definition camera. First, let's take a look at our course. The race will take place on an underground lake that stretches from here all the way to the tunnel. Here are the rules. Anything goes, and whoever gets to the other side of the lake first is the winner. The winner will get an unlimited supply of my special craft ale for 1 month. The Rhode Island representative is... oh boy. The Wind of Iberia, Rhode Island's sexiest man, Elysium.
I can't believe I said those lines. What's up, Durins? Wink. Was that introduction why he pulled Croquet to the side to talk to her? The Akahualan representative is... Gavial! Go for it, Gavial! Hey, everybody! And we have a surprise for the Zeruetsa representative. Master Edge, our environment and climate representative. How did a tunnel survey turn into a swimming competition? It's a rare opportunity, isn't it? We're still waiting on the equipment after all. Plus, it's not easy to go back and forth with the railway out of operation. If we're going over anyway, we might as well do something fun with it. Have it your way. Aren't you coming? Not interested. I would rather check up on Tomimi and the culture's progress. What a boring Ursus woman. I'm not Ursus. And how did you convince Master Edge? I volunteered, Avdotia. But... I just wanted you to help me out while you're having fun. Now that you've helped me, I certainly won't object to this little event. We have plenty who like to play in the water, but not a single one who's actually a good swimmer. This is about the pride of Zeruetsa after all, so I've got to put this sack of old bones on the line. Don't sweat it, Master. It's all friendly competition. You say that, but I can't have people talking about how Zeruetsa lost to a bunch of surface dwellers. Avdotia said she's not interested. She didn't say she wouldn't do it. Durins aren't a pushy people. If she doesn't want to join, I won't force her. Plus, Avdotia isn't a native of Zeruetsa. Makes sense she wouldn't want to represent us. Looks like it's up to me then. Alright. I'll compete on behalf of the Durins. Happy now? Really? How can I not, after what you said? That's more like it. Croquet! Are you really going to participate, Avdotia? Is there a problem? Croquet whispering. Unlimited supply of craft ale for 1 month. It will be a real hit for me if she wins this. Well, it's just friendly competition. No need to be too serious about it. I'll win this for Zeruetsa and for the ale. Alright, good luck. Excuse the interruption, we have an announcement to make. Avdotia will be subbing in for Master Edge as the representative of Zeruetsa. Let's give her a round of applause. You still have to come with us across the river though, Master Edge. How about you ride on my back during the competition? I'll take you across. Oh? Was that intended to be an insult, Gavial? No. I just don't think I'll lose. Speaking of which, you should probably get change if you're gonna race. Since you're carrying extra weight, those clothes will do just fine. Oh? Just because I don't exercise often doesn't mean I'm out of shape. I'm not so weak that I'll lose to a Sargon. Ha! There it is, that's the face. Haven't seen you make a better one yet. Dura. Contestants, please take your positions. Oh, wrong voice. Jesus Christ. They're calling us. I have ears. Maybe this isn't the best time to interrupt, but did they forget that I'm competing as well? Whatever, they'll find out who has the real skills when the action starts. On your marks. Ready? Hang on tight, Master Edge. Things could get a little rough once the race starts. Don't underestimate the wisdom of age. Get! Damn it, I got provoked into letting my Ursine slip.
I'll beat you, Gavial. Set! Oh, come to think of it, I should have asked Croquet to add the title Lone Ranger. Right. Lone Ranger to my name. I'll remember for next time. It just occurred to me, don't have to follow them if I want to get a good angle with the camera. But I don't have a boat and I can't exactly hold a camera while swimming. What do I do? Well, never mind. Go! At Croquet's command, the 3 contestants plus 1 passenger leap into the water. The race begins. The lead. Ever since she came to Zeruerza, Gavial has wowed us with her superb athleticism. She's gotten ahead of the pack, even with Master Edge on her back. They're having a little too much fun. Why don't you join them, Stitch Canvas? Deculture, why are you here? Aren't you working on repairing the railway? No problem, I've put the bots to work there. Keep your distance. I have Oripathy. Oripathy doesn't spread so easily, does it? Plus, I like the peace and quiet of your place. Shit. Sorry, something in my throat. Shit. Well, there's the surprise. Gavial is still in the lead, as expected. But how many of us would have expected Avdotia to be hot on her tail? Who could have guessed that the elegant lady of Zeruerza has such power within her? She's keeping pace with Gavial, who hasn't been able to shake her. Oops, I can't see. Can someone give me a shoulder to stand on? There we go. Thanks. I've read in Stranger Things that the people of Vorsus are a hardy folk, able to live on nothing but ice for 3 months. I still didn't expect Avdotia to really keep pace with Gavial. You sure are interested in what's going on there. Why don't you go over and have a look? Not interested. It's a waste of time. Really? You've hardly touched your sketch since the race started. What do you want, Deculture? I'm just curious, Stitch. What's troubling you? Because you felt like you deceived Gavial and her friends? Things don't have to be so complicated. Everything will fall into place if you agree to fix the dome. You don't want to fix the dome, so you're using the vote results as an excuse not to do it. Instead, you made the proposal to demolish the slide and repair the railway. And I'm not wrong. Blowing up the slide and fixing the railway will allow us to detect the spread of active originium. I didn't say you were wrong. While machine surveying of originium has fallen out of fashion, the equipment we have is still usable. Master Edge's problem will be solved once we build a boat and set things up. He won't be pestering you about the dome anymore. You can continue your design work in this hut of yours, competing with Catch, and everybody lives happily ever after. Why are you anxious? What are you anxious about? We're at the halfway point, 300-meter point. What's that? It's 400-meter already? Alright. Anyway, the order hasn't changed since the start of the race, with Gavial in the lead, Avdotia in second place, and Elysium in third. Although Elysium has not overtaken the others, his form is a thing of beauty. Is he staying in third place on purpose? I just feel uneasy. Like I've dumped everything on them. I agree to compete with Catch on a design for a new Zeruerza landmark, but how can I convince the people? I have no confidence here. You'll get along so much better with Catch if you're being honest about your feelings with him. It won't happen. I'll never like him, and he'll never like me. Well, I'm just looking for a place to take a break. It's none of my business if you want to keep staring at a blank piece of paper. But if you want to check things out... Deculture! The first boat for the railway project is complete and ready for the lakeside. The excavation and survey equipment the Master Edge asked for. You can help me deliver it. Thanks. Deculture!
taking care of Stitch.
I'm not the only one taking care of him. Well, I can take a nap now that he's gone. I'll leave the rest to you and the surface dwellers.
Do not worry, Zumama, our friend, will help. Do not worry.
You like her that much?
Zumama cares for us. We like Zumama.
What a strange surface dweller.
Right, I forgot. Yes, they actually bothered to place Croquet on a Durin in this scene. And they actually named her Croquet Diamond Face Up High. I love this game.
We're here by the lake to get a better view. Hey, is that Stitch the architect over there? Wait, stop fidgeting, I'll lose my footing. Whoa!
The Durins have made a Durin tower for Croquet, so she can see the race better. It is not easy to keep up a tower consisting of a dozen Durins. However, it begins to lean, and Croquet's movements eventually...
Ouch, my butt. The robot said the boat is parked around here. This is the equipment that Master Edge asked for. I'll load Gavial's equipment onto it as well and ask someone to bring the boat across.
Phew. This is the boat?
Stitch? I think so.
Off I go then.
Huh? Oh, he just got out of the boat that the robots brought to the lakeside, and he's sailing across the lake. Did he come to join the competition? Come to think of it, the rules don't say you can't use vehicles.
Should have made rules. Should have made rules, I guess. Anyway, let's finish off today's part with the after story. Zumama, boat assembly, correct.
It looks structurally sound, but there are a few things we can tweak. For example... There, that should make it more solid.
Zumama, amazing.
Just a product of experience. There you are, Zumama. Inam, what are you doing here? This survey equipment has to get across, right? I came to help since I didn't have anything else to do. Thanks. Why are you thanking me? Looks like you're actually becoming one of these robots. Yes, I'm glad to make so many new friends.
Zumama, friend.
And I've been trying to find a date for Lancet 2.
Sorry.
And I've been trying to find a date for Lancet 2. Lancet 2 is the robot that came with Rhode Island, right? Yes, she's my big sister now. I'm not skilled enough to make a robot as smart as Lancet 2, so I'm trying to find one in this group. And they're very nice, but not really her type. She likes intellectuals like the doctor.
Yep, she just said that.
It's a bit of a headache. Never mind, you're not the only weirdo in Tiakau. Hey everybody, this is Croquet, and I found a safer vantage point to continue the broadcast from. How far until the goal? 300 meters? Ah, forget it. What's really important is the architect Stitch Canvas, the only student of Master Finch, has found a boat and jumped into the race. Oh? Looks like he's talking to us. Let's zoom in and see what he's saying. I'm gonna win, I think. Yep, I'm sure that's it. And he just raised his middle finger to show his motivation. Looks like there's a fiery heart beneath this architect's cold surface. He just did a Mr. Bean. But intentionally. He may have gotten a late start, but that vehicle is definitely a huge advantage. He's closing the distance as we speak. Things are pretty lively over there. I wanted to say that this is what happens with Gavial around, but she's not the only one who's let her hair down. You're not used to it. You have to get used to it, living in Akahuala. You get used to it. You get so used to it, I feel weird if there is no one arguing and making noise around me. You're a proper Tiakau now. Of course I am. Speaking of which, Zumama, if Gavial didn't come back last year, you were planning on becoming the Great Chief of Akahuala, weren't you? Becoming Great Chief wasn't my real goal, it was a way for me to prove myself. I wanted to build the most powerful machine ever. I knew I shouldn't have placed any expectations on you. Are you thinking about being Lord Amir? Good to see that you and Tomimi have already have learned something about politics, unlike Gavial. I don't know how she survived on the outside all these years. Some things we deal with as a matter of course just don't factor in for Gavial, just like adapting to your environment. That's true. So you want her to become Lord Amir? Are you sure she's suitable? Pretty sure you could pick somebody off any street in Sargon and get a better Lord Amir than her. Agreed. But if we're choosing a Tiakau to lead Akahuala, there's no one more suitable than her. Are you speaking as a Tiakau or as a Sargon messenger? We're entering the final stretch of the race. Gavial remains in first place, but her lead continues to shrink. It's not Avdotia who's closing the distance, though. Despite her valiant effort, her choice of clothing has become dead weight. Literally, as the weight of her clothes is slowing her down. Meanwhile, Elysium is rapidly closing in. Considering his strength in the first half, Elysium now shows off his true ability. He has passed Avdotia and is almost neck and neck with Gavial. However, neither of them are aware of the true threat approaching. I'm impressed with Elysium. I never thought he could catch up to Gavial. His attitude is a mask. You can't get complacent. He can't get complacent. Yes, I noticed. He doesn't want people to know how good he is. Don't change the subject. Alright, looks like you've learned a thing or two at Rhode Island. Not on purpose, but Master Closure makes me go to meetings about stuff besides technology, so I've heard a bunch of things. Looks like she has high hopes for you. As for your question, I've lived in Akahuala for a long time. Compared to city life, I prefer to stay in the jungles, watching you people fight over stupid things. Maybe it's hard to believe, but for me, I am a Tiakau, a Sargon messenger. At the same time, I don't have to pick. Or I guess I could say my Sargon perspective tells me that Akahuala won't stay unexplored forever. That's why I hope you'll seize the opportunity. I believe you. We're headed towards a climax. Exercising his explosive potential, Elysium has almost caught up to Gavial. Avdotia is not out of this race yet though, and she's still keeping pace with the two in front of her. No need to push it, Avdotia. But now all three of them have noticed the threat approaching from behind. Stitch riding in his boat. The wonders of machinery. He has caught up to the three in front of him in a very short period of time. Only 100 meters to the goal. It's like we're at the starting line again. 3 swimmers and a boat, racing their way into the final stretch. But Inam, I won't help you convince her. Gavial should not sit in that chair. You'll get the same answer if you ask Tomimi. Why? Figure it out yourself. I'm busy. Fine. If you have too much free time, you can help me build this boat while you think about it. You really count every last coin, don't you? 80 meters! Avdotia got caught in the boat's wake. She's coughing and she has to stop. Yes! Yes! I mean, what a shame! 50 meters. Elysium tries to board the boat, but took an accidental hit from Master Edge, who is angry at Stitch, and falls back into the water. There are bubbles coming to the surface. Is he okay? 30 meters. Master Edge leaps from Gavial's back onto the Ale King and hits Stitch on the head. Ouch, that must have hurt. By the way, Ale Keg is the name that I just gave to this boat, following in the footsteps of my other masterpiece, the Great Aqua Pit. Looks like the winner will be Wait, not quite. The fight between Master Edge and Stitch has destroyed the boat's instruments. There's an ominous rumble coming from the Ale Keg. She dashes ahead like an arrow. Not even Gavial can catch the out-of-control boat. The boat is the first to arrive at the goal. The winner of this swimming contest is the Ale Keg. What? Wait, it's not over yet. The Ale Keg isn't satisfied with simply crossing the finish line. She rushes ashore and charges toward the cave in. Big bada boom. Master Edge and Stitch are thrown from the boat. The Ale Keg has put a hole in the rock blocking the tunnel exit. Poor Ale Keg, never to taste the breakfast of champions. A moment of silence for her. What on earth are these people doing? Stupid things. That's what they're doing. She's saving her fortune and all of her ale by declaring the boat a victor. That's what's happening. But anyway, this will be the episode for today. Tomorrow, we will continue in part 3 and the next 3 stages. But until then, I hope you have a fantastic day wherever you are, and I hope you have a lot of luck on on the daily polls, and if you're still doing 10 polls or whatever on the current banner. I will just casually mention that the daily poll today gave me another Gavial, but yeah, no matter what. Anyway, have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next part. Until then, bye-bye!